to sweat, over anxious and vexed. Will I ever forget the thing that happened next? Your dress just came apart with one terrible tear. Your disappointed cries were more than I could bear. At 11, at last, when we got into town, we arrived at the show, but the curtain was down. I suggested a bite. No, you wanted to walk. You had no appetite and no desire to talk, so we strolled for an hour, and the evening was sweet, and I bought you a flower from a man in the street. We kissed on the sidewalk without reason or rhyme, and we knew that our love is much stronger than time. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Well, dear listener, I hope you listen to the words of that. It's very poignant, I think, and you can see the scenario of that. Happy anniversary from Charles Aznavour, 93 and still going.
Yeah, it's wonderful, isn't it? I mean, I wonder whether we'll still be going.
If you have your fitness, it's lovely, isn't it? And his mind is sound.
Oh, this is it. You know, yeah. Twinwoods is on this weekend as well. There's a very big festival up there, Twinwoods, just outside Bedford.
Clapham.
Clapham, yeah. And if Dave and Charlotte's from the Decades
programme
show here on CRMK on a Saturday morning, they're there at the moment actually. So. And it's interesting. I just had a little joke through here on Thingamajigs on Facebook, and but I don't think I'll read it out because it's not.
Well, that was that joke. Was it? You just read me?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. We also got Victoria and Abdul, the film coming up at the cinema as well. That looks quite interesting, isn't it? It's about Queen Victoria and her manservant Abdul, her Indian Sikh manservant. It looked quite interesting, actually, that film, I've got to say. Although I'm not normally into period drama, so I thought that looked quite funny, quite good. Yeah?
Yes, just thinking the Notting Hill Carnival's on this weekend.
Yes, indeed, yeah. There's no trouble again. There normally is, isn't there? Some sort of
regrettably so, yes. You know, all these people. World War II Beer Festival as well at the Black Lion in Leighton Buzzard. I think that may have been on, actually. Cause,
going back to the Notting Hill, it's going to be a bit moving this year, I imagine, because it's sort of a tribute, isn't it? I think to the fire at the Grenfell Tower.
Is it really?
Yeah, because that's on the patch where the carnival is, isn't it?
I suppose it must be.
I think it takes part around the area. Yeah. Portobello Road, etc. What else we got this weekend? I've run out of ideas.
Well, no,
for this weekend.
I'm just looking through the things here actually, because Facebook is a wonderful thing. You know, an old Mike Bannister from another radio station.
He's in America again, isn't he?
He's off. He went over there to see the total eclipse actually, which
good God.
Which is really pretty good. But I was just looking because we put something on Facebook. You put something on Facebook this morning, didn't you, about it?
Yeah, he just flew from Arkansas to Texas in some sort of light aircraft. Rather him than me, particularly over there, because it's the land of the hurricanes. There's another one brewing up just off the coast of Texas, I believe, isn't
Really?
it? So no doubt that we'll get the winds from that end up here. And what about the typhoons in Hong Kong and Macau this year? 9 dead in Macau. I mean, terrible. I mean,
it's and mudslides as well. You know.
Yeah, I was fortunate because all the times I went to Hong Kong, I never experienced a typhoon.
Didn't you?
I was lucky. I mean, there are times a year when they're more rife, but they can happen pretty much at any time.
Yeah, because Alan Mullion, one of the grumpy old men, he met a typhoon or whatever. Was caught up in a typhoon actually in one of the Caribbean islands, I think. So,
did he?
Yeah, it wasn't very pleasant. Him and the young lady who'd gone out there on holiday, they were sat down there in the hotel foyer, leaning against the front door, trying to keep it closed. So, not very pleasant at all.
Not a lot of fun.
Well, this is. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now.
Don't you tell me.
Oh, all right then.
I'm telling you now. I'm telling you right away. I'll be safe for many a day. I'm in love with you now. I'm telling you now. I'll say what you want to hear. I'll be safe for many a year. I'm in love with you now. Do you think I'm fooling when I say I love you? I love you. Maybe you'll believe me when I'm finally through. I'm telling you now. I know it's been said before. Say you'll love me and I will be sure. I'm in love with you now. Maybe you'll believe me when I'm finally through. I'm telling you now. I know it's been said before. Say you'll love me and I'll be sure. I'm in love with you now. I'm in love with you now. I'm telling you now.
I'll get it right today. It's Freddie the Dreamers, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I said it was Johnny Kidd and the Pirates last time.
Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, well, there was the last time, wasn't there? But
Yeah.
there you go. Tonight we've got Transmitter Down with Terry D at 8 o'clock through until 10 o'clock, and before that is Lips with DJ Solix at 7 o'clock through until 8 o'clock, and then Garden of Earthly Delights, as I mentioned. Shane Quentin, he's on 8 o'clock through. He's on at 10 o'clock through until midnight tonight. And from what I've heard, Shane is okay now, because unfortunately last week he rang in sick. Did
he really?
Yes, he sort of he put a thing on Facebook, to say that he wasn't well, and unfortunately he wouldn't be doing his show. So I reckon his listeners will be desperate, for him to be on tonight. So that's Shane Quentin, the Garden of Earthly Delights. Grandpa Man tomorrow morning with four of us. 3 of us, 2 of us.
Who's that then?
Well, it's you, me, and Alan. So there we go. Decades with Charlotte and Dave. They're on tomorrow. They'll be back from Twinwoods, although I don't know whether they're just coming back for the show and then going back to Twinwoods. Probably.
I think they did last time, didn't they? A lot on their old station. They did, don't they? They came and went.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then Erica Gordon is on there at 7 o'clock through until 9 o'clock on Saturday with Roots, Soul, and Rhythm and Blues.
So there's a good lot of programmes to tickle your fancy over the weekend.
Yeah, there is actually, because on 12 o'clock on Sunday morning we've got Sunday Roast with Martin Parrott and his good lady wife, and then we go for Grand control, Paul Alexander, is on from 2 until 4. 4 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock through until 8 o'clock is the Gospel Show with Howard McCullough, and then Scene Sounds with Simon Moss is on from 8 o'clock until 10 o'clock. If you want to know what's on CRMK, then just go on to our website, crmk.co.uk, have a look at our webpage, and incidentally, you might want to put CRMK down as the tick list. You know, people have these
Bookmark.
tick lists. No, they have tick lists now, things they want to do.
Oh, bucket list type thing.
Bucket list thing, that's right, you know, and it could very well be that you've always fancied doing a radio show or being involved with a radio show, because funnily enough, although you've got a voice behind the microphone, there's a lot more goes on behind the microphone scenes, as it were. You know, the production of the shows, the meeting and greeting, the making cups of tea, and the technical side, the all-important technical side, you know, where people push all the faders up and down, things like that. You know, you don't have to talk. So if you ever sort of fancied coming along to a radio station and seeing what it's all about, even if you just want to come along to the radio station and say hello and see what it's all about, then get in touch with us, crmk.co.uk. You can either do it to me, that's Mike at crmk.co.uk, or get on our Facebook and do the contact details there, and you can come along and you know, we'll show you around the studio. It'll take you all of about 5 minutes,
As long as that.
well, that's if we extend it, you know, so if we lock them in the loo. But yeah, you know, so if you fancy getting involved with the radio station, and indeed we've got a couple of gentlemen at the moment. Well, a couple of gentlemen, they're really good old guys, actually, Pete and John. And they're getting together a show. They're in training at the moment, and they're getting ready to get let loose in early September, and they'll be bringing you a show on Tuesday afternoon, and I'm really looking forward to that show. And as indeed we, with all of our programmes here on CRMK, complete and utter review or range of musical tastes and things like that. So
You know, I had a couple of good guests last week who may be doing a programme called Invisible Folk. You know, if you want to listen to Invisible Folk, you could go to our Facebook page, MK Today at CRMK, and there's a recording. You can go on to Spreaker.com and listen to last week's show with the appearance of Invisible Folk, who we couldn't see, I must admit. And listen to the show. It's quite interesting. There's a link also on there to their website as well.
Yeah,
they do podcasts of jazz, and not jazz, folk, sorry.
Yeah, that's a very good interview, actually. Because, well, I say a very good
Yeah, I
interview.
think it was,
Of course
yeah.
it was. You know, a very interesting interview, I think, is the better word for it, you know. So we've got 6 messages coming up here on 07790 385 385. But I think there may be old ones from up there on the board, but there we go. However, Thea's coming up in just over half an hour's time with Thea's Chatty Charity Show.
It's a tongue twister, isn't it?
It is a tongue twister, and I just managed to get my tongue around my teeth to get it round the right way. But in the meantime, this is another oldie.
I'd love to get you on a slow boat to China, all to myself alone. Get you and the faraway shore.